everybody, this is Caitlin here, and today we're going to be looking at another Weiss Schwarz deck profile that I've made up. This one is to do with the Madoka set. It's kind of like sort of a slight mix between the first and the second set, but it's more so the second this Rebellion set that's going to be included in this deck. I had a bit of help from a guy called Paul. He plays at the local that I like to play Weiss at, Geek Retreat. So big shout out to him for helping me with this deck. The idea behind it is it's mono green and it's themed around Homura and Madoka and their kind of relationship and stuff. So I quite like some of the combos and techniques and stuff that you can pull off with this deck. So I'll include a deck list in the description. Just in case you want to check out how many cards and stuff that I've included of each. So to start off, we're looking at level 0s, and we're going to be including this assist card, if I could get the camera to focus on it. Camera, come on. There we go. We have Puella, Magi, Holy Quintet, Homura. She's going to be our assist card for level 0. She affects all other magic characters, so it doesn't matter where they're placed on the stage, everyone gets plus 500. And if you pay 1, then you can choose one of your magic characters, and that character gets plus 1,000 for the end of that turn. So we're running this at 4, because I prefer assist cards that affect all characters on the stage, instead of saying, oh, only the characters in front are affected. Next, we've got 2 of these rare Homuras, which are Real Memories Homura. What's interesting about this one is you can pay the cost, which is only putting 1 card on top of your deck. Put a top card from your deck into your clock, sorry. And when you place it on the stage, you pay the cost, and if you do, you choose a card from your clock, return it to your hand, and put the top card of your deck into your clock. So basically, you pay 2 from the top of your deck to fish out something from your clock when this is placed on the stage. Maybe I've only running it at 2, mainly because I've only got 2 of these rares, and I think I probably won't be clocking anything that I majorly need while I'm at level 0, unless I badly need to draw something to prepare for level 1. But the next on our level 0, we've got 4 of these 2 best friends, Homura and Madoka. Isn't that very cute? They are 2,500, and their effect is, if the number of your other magic characters is 2 or more, it gets plus 1,000. So ideally, we'd like to get at least maybe 3 of these on the front, if that was at all possible. But, one can dream. And the last level 0s we've got are 2 more rares. This one is Matka from the New World. If the number of cards in your stock is 2 or less, it gets plus 1,500. She also is involved with not a Climax Combo, but with a combo for one of our level 3s. But I've only got 2 of them right now, so that's why we're only running it at 2. Next, we're going to look at level 1s. Level 1, we have Homura's Lonely Battle. We're running 3 of these. She's 1 cost for 6,000. She has an effect with a climax that we're not going to be running in this deck, so the top effect we can pretty much ignore because we're not using the climax time manipulation, because we're using some different climaxes. But she has an encore effect, which is basically you just put a character from your hand into your waiting room to bring her back instead of having to pay the 3, which is quite nice. I like characters that you can pay the cost, but it doesn't actually cost your stock or whatever. The other 3 that we have is True Power Matka. Again, she costs 1, she's 6,000, but the interesting thing with her is that when you declare an attack, you reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a magic character, it gets plus 2,000 until the end of the turn. And she's also the same, where you can encore her by putting a character from your hand into your waiting room, which is pretty handy. Got 3 of those. Next ones we got are 2 cards that are Climax Combo cards. They're 2 rares. It is Madoka Thinking of Homura. It doesn't cost anything, it's 5,000 power. It can't side attack, but when you use it in conjunction with a climax called Guide to Salvation, this card gets plus 3,500. And when this card's battle opponent becomes dead, you can put the top card of your deck into your stock. So, and also the good thing about that is, we'll see it in the deck, but the climax that is in conjunction with this one is also good at getting more stock, so that is pretty handy when you're at level 1. And then the last 4 cards that we've got for level 1 is this Homura, which is called Usual Homura. And if I can just move the camera there. She has Encore as well. You put the top card of your deck into your clock, and that's how you Encore her. And you can exhaust one of your magic characters, and this gets plus 1,000 till the end of the turn. So she's 4,500, but pretty good if like your opponent doesn't have anything in like a slot, or you just want to like suicide quickly. Next, we're going to be looking at some level 2s. For level 2, we're running 4 of these. If I could just read the tiny text down there. It is No Matter What Happens, Matka and Homura. So this also has a Climax Combo. So when this card is initially placed from onto stage from your hand, it gets plus 1,500. And when you use it with the Climax to the outside world, when it attacks, you return all your cards from your waiting room into your deck, you shuffle the deck, and it gets plus 1,500. So you can use this at a time where you're not looking to fish anything out your waiting room, you are very close to refreshing, and you're pretty fine with like getting all your deck back without having to refresh, which is, you know, a pretty handy thing to happen when you're at level 2, because when you're just about level 2, you're pretty close to having to refresh. Which is why I've got 4 of those in there. The next ones we have are 3 of the Only Hope Homura. I love this card for a couple of reasons. First reason is that she's an assist. She gives everyone in front plus 1,500, which is pretty cool. She's also a change-up card, which you can use by... All you have to do is put this card into your waiting room at the beginning of the draw phase, and you can change it up into, for Madoka's sake, Homura, which is a pretty good level 3. And it also has a shift effect at level 2, where you can choose a green card from your hand and this card in the clock, and you can switch them around. So we're running this at 3, mainly because the change-up card... Ooh, if the light wouldn't shine on the cards, that would be handy. The card that this changes up to, we're only running 2 of that one, which is why we've only got 3 of that. And the last level 2, really the only reason I'm sticking this in here is because it's my signed Homura, which you probably remember me pulling from my first set Madoka box unopening. We were only running 1 of it because I feel like I only really need 1 of these. Plus, it's just, you know, very pretty. And it's an extra little shifter. She has the same at level 2. We are, if I can just double check, we are not using the Climax Combo for this one either. But she's good, you know, cost 1. 7,500 for level 2. Plus it was a very pretty card. Now on to the very interesting part of the deck. The level 3s. These are like my favourite cards. We're running 3 of the Homura Became a Demon, aka Devil Homura, aka Broken Homura. She costs 2. But what happens with her is that if there's a marker underneath her, she gets plus 8,500. And when it's placed on the stage from your hand, you may choose one of your cards named Ultimate Madoka and put it underneath here as a counter, as a marker. And if you do, you can choose the Madoka from the New World, which is at level 0 we were talking about, and put it on any place in the stage. So I need to clarify this with the Devil Homura. It doesn't specify where the Ultimate Madoka needs to come from. It doesn't say from your hand, from your deck, from your waiting room. So I don't know if it just means you can take the Ultimate Madoka from anywhere, or you can simply, or you choose one area, like, for the remainder of the game. I don't know. I need to get clarification on that, because it does seem pretty broken if you could just take Ultimate Madoka from anywhere on your side of the field. But, I mean, I love this card. We're running it at 3, because we're also running 4 of the Ultimate Madokas for markers. And the other effect it has is if you pay 2, when you defeat a battle opponent, you pay the cost, which is put a card from your hand into your waiting room. And if you do, you can clock shot that character into your opponent's clock. Basically, that dead character now has to go into the clock of your opponent, which is pretty nice for an effect. For Ultimate Madokas, we have 4. You may notice here, I have 3 of these ones, which are the uncommon ones from the Rebellion set. And then I have the rare Ultimate Madoka that was from the first set. The reason I'm running one of these is because I do think it's rather pretty. Plus, the Devil Homura doesn't specify like which Ultimate Madoka you can use. It doesn't say only like this one or only this one, because they both technically have the same name, which would get a bit confusing. So I'm running this one anyway, just because she's 10,000 and this one is 9,000. Well, 9,500. But I'm pretty sure both of them can be used for markers. I need to obviously double check that as well, because it doesn't specify which Madoka it is. Won't be using Climax Combo for this Madoka because we're not doing it. But this one, besides being used as a marker, you can get plus 500 for every magic character as well. But the ultimate Madokas are mainly only in here to power up Homura. That is their sole purpose in this deck. The other level 3s we've got 2 of the For Madoka's Sake Homura, which is the change card that we have with our level 2 Homura. And when you place her from the stage, from hand, or by the effect of the change, you drop the 2 cards, you can keep one and put the other in your waiting room. And also, when you use the Climax Combo with Truth Behind the Barrier, it gets plus 2,000, and it also has the same effect as the Devil Homura, where if you defeat the battle opponent, you can clock shot that into your opponent's clock, which is pretty nice. Plus, it just costs like 3 power, not 3, it costs 2 just to play it anyway, but most of the times when I've been testing out this deck, I have like successfully managed to get it by change effect, which is pretty handy. And speaking of Truth Behind the Barrier, we're running 2 of those for our Climax. I have the triple rare one, which I included because it just looks so pretty, and then I've just got the normal Climax. But other than using it with the For Madoka's Sake Homura, when you use it, all characters get plus 1,001 soul. And when you trigger it, you can keep this card, you can put it to your hand, and then you put the top card of your deck into your stock. I absolutely love this triple rare version of the card. It just looks so pretty. I love it. Running that at 2. And I actually forgot. I got a bit too excited about Devil Homura and such. I forgot about the last level 3 that we have, which is only in here to really fill up 1 slot, which is the Painful Thing Madoka. If the number of your Climax cards in your waiting room is 6 or more, it gets minus a level in your hand. And when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can choose a magic character in your clock with a level equal to or less than your level, and you can put it in any position on the stage. And if you do, put the top card of your deck into your clock. Forgot about that one, but it's not a major player in this deck. As well as the Truth Behind the Barrier Climaxes, we have the To the Outside World Climaxes, which work with our level 2. When this card is placed on your Climax area from your hand, you draw a card, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 2,000 and plus 1 soul. Very, very pretty card. We've got 3 of those, and then the other 3 work with our level 1 Madoka, and this is Guide to Salvation. When you place the card into your Climax area from your hand, you choose a green card in your waiting room and put it in your stock, and all characters get plus 1 soul. So as you can see, you can, if you're using the Climax Combo with this card, you can get at least 2 stock, before you've even actually attacked or anything like that, which is pretty cool. So overall, I'm very happy with this deck. The couple of times I've been playing with it, I think I've only lost once using this deck. It is pretty powerful and stuff. I especially love pulling off the Devil Homura trick, the combo of it. Also, just on another note, the deck box that I'm keeping this deck in is a Nyan Cat one, because I thought, it's cute and it suits the theme of magical girls, and mainly because I couldn't actually find a Madoka deck box. But that's it for this deck. If I had to give it a name, I'd probably maybe call it like God Complex or something, because it makes use of the Devil Homura and the Ultimate Madokas. But leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this deck. Is there any other decks you'd like me to try and build with? Any other colours or themes that you want me to work with? And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.